Greetings, members of AFG Local 17. As many of you know, my name is Doug Massey. I'm the president of Local 17. And I'd like to talk a little bit on behalf of our executive board about our accomplishments, what we've done in the last 18 months, but more importantly, what we want to do in the future. Over the last 18 months, Local 17 has gone through some dramatic changes. And the changes our executive board have made, the purpose of which is to promote transparency, a greater inclusion, and to grow our membership. As many of you who've been around for a while, we have had lunch and learns in the past. They weren't very well attended. We've kind of mixed things up a bit. For example, we had 2 lunch and learns at 810 Vermont Ave in the last 8 months. The first one was attended by over 200 people. The last one we had about 60 people. Now these are essential for educating our members. We've had topics covered such as the recent VA Accountability and Whistleblower Protection Act. We've talked about an array of topics in the master agreement such as telework, scheduling, performance appraisals, conduct, anything that's covered in the master agreement that we hear a lot of issues or complaints about, we've covered at these lunch and learns. We've also had about 4 lunch and learns at 425 I Street. We did one at 1800 G Street. And these are things we want to continue doing every 2 or 3 months to educate members about what's going on at VA Central Office, what's going on within the union, and the issues that confront you the most. Out of these lunch and learns we've probably had over 1,000 people attend, which has been the most we've had probably since I've been with Local 17 6 years ago. Another thing we've done is we have a benefits coordinator. AFGE has Tom Higgins, who's a benefits coordinator for District 14, which encompasses the DC area, including Northern Virginia, Maryland. Prior to the executive board being elected, he was excluded from Local 17. I think it was one of 2 locals that had excluded him. And in fact, I didn't even know that we had a benefits coordinator. Well, about a year ago, he was invited back in, and many of you have seen him. He was at a lunch and learn. He's been at our organizing events in the canteen. He's also in our office in B30 at 810 Vermont Ave periodically to talk to members individually. The importance of having a benefits coordinator is that Tom is very familiar with financial planning, with TSP, with short-term disability, with retirement benefits. And some of the services that he and his company offer are exclusively for AFGE members. People that want to contact Tom Higgins, his phone number is 703-615-4783. Another thing our executive board has wanted us to do, and we started doing it about 6 months ago, is to have town hall meetings via teleconference with all the members. We'd like to step that up. This is an opportunity for people who are stationed outside of the DC area. We can schedule these for 30 minutes and talk about issues facing VA employees, particularly at VA Central Office. Those have been very important because a lot of people can't attend the lunch and learns. They can't attend our monthly membership meetings, but they can call in, and they usually go for 20 to 30 minutes. The next thing that's probably the biggest change we've had is our website, which is now Googleable. You can, if you type in AFGE Local 17, you will find it. That went live about 8-9 months ago. That was the product of Jacob Drazen, our treasurer, as well as Misty Sweet, who's an employee at VBA. And it's a phenomenal site. You can find just about anything you want. We have sections about news and upcoming events. We have a roster of all the stewards, the officers, their contact information. There's an incredible list for forms and literature where we have our master agreement, our bylaws, the local constitution. There are HR forms about leave donation. Pretty much anything you need you can find, and it's extremely helpful. It's extremely user-friendly. We do have a section about know your rights, about basic rights people want to know about leave, attendance, telework, things like that. And we also have video clips, and we started that not that long ago, doing video clips every month about what's going on with different officers, and this is part of that series. The website is something that we're going to start relying more heavily on. As you know, a lot of people, you get my emails about organizing drives, lunch and learns, monthly membership meetings. I'm going to start sending out emails to say, please take a look at our website for an upcoming event or our monthly membership meeting. Just about any information that we want to put out there, we're going to use on our website. In addition to lunch and learns, teleconference, town hall meetings, and our website, what AFG Local 17 has a very strong tradition with respect to representation, with respect to filing grievances, negotiating on behalf of all bargaining unit employees at VA Central Office, whether you're a dues-paying member or not. Anytime there is a change in working conditions, the department must notify the union, and we have a right to bargain over various aspects of that change, whether it's your performance standards, they want to relocate your office, they want to change telework or your compressed work schedule policy. They must notify Local 17 so we can bargain on behalf of you. We've had a lot of groups where managers have not done that. They've canceled compressed work schedule for the whole group. Local 17 has been involved and actually prevented that, or prevented it for a lot of people. That's one tradition that Local 17 is, that's one of the hallmarks of what we do, is we represent people, and we do it very effectively. We have a list of very qualified, highly trained stewards. They are from VBA, from OINT, from VHA, NCA, and the Board of Veterans Appeals. We have pretty much people from all over VA Central Office. So, greater transparency, more inclusion, lunch and learns, town hall meetings, our website. The result of that has been an unprecedented growth in the number of members at Local 17. When we started 18 months ago, we had about 615 dues-paying members. We currently have 870. And that's just phenomenal growth. I don't think that's ever been done at Local 17. And the good news is, the more members we have, the stronger our union is, and the better we can represent you. Over the last 18 months, there's been a lot of changes at Local 17 to improve how we communicate with members and how to make things more transparent. But the executive board has gotten together numerous times, and we've heard from you all that we need to do more. And I want to talk about what we plan to do within the next 6 months and within the next year. As many of you know, if you look at our website, our bylaws for Local 17 are from 1992. They're extremely outdated. We are in the process of updating those. And just to talk a little bit about the process, according to the AFG National Constitution, we have to notify all our members by U.S. postal mail that we do want to change our bylaws to give you a date, a time, a location of where we're going to have a special monthly membership meeting. And in that correspondence, you will have the updated proposed bylaws to take a look at. You can go to our website, take a look at the current bylaws and compare those. And if you're interested in showing up to vote, you're more than welcome to. All members are welcome. And to pass that, to change our bylaws, it requires 2/3 vote of the people who are present at the meeting. And if you can't be present, there's also instructions on how you can get an absentee ballot to vote yay or nay with respect to the proposed changes. One of the major changes that we want to propose in the new bylaws, our current bylaws state that our monthly membership meetings have to be at 810 Vermont Ave. And as you know, the VACO campus, there's a lot of buildings. I think there's over 11. One of the proposed changes is that we can have meetings, monthly membership meetings, special meetings at different locations. We can go to 425 I Street, we can go to 1800 G Street, and I think that's important for our membership. Currently at 425 I Street, we have about 700 bargaining unit employees. We have over 200 members. It represents about a quarter of our membership. And most of those people don't come to our meetings because they're across town. 1800 G Street, we have quite a few members over there. We have the option of actually having meetings over in that facility as well. So that's something that we feel as though is important, and we hope that we get as many people to show up to that special monthly membership meeting to vote as possible. Another issue that's come to our attention is that currently we have a monthly membership meeting, usually the first Tuesday of the month, and we take meeting minutes at that meeting, which we give to members who show up at the next meeting to go over and to approve or to not approve. And a lot of people want us to email the meeting minutes. They want us to post those on the website. And to date, we have not done that. And the reason is pretty simple, is that the internal union business we discuss at monthly membership meetings, we do not want management to know what we're discussing. For example, if we want to take a case to arbitration, that's something that the members have to vote at a meeting. And we don't want to talk about who the employee is. We don't want to talk about the merits of the case and things like that. It's important that it just stay internal. What we want to do, what we're going to explore, is on our website having a link, a password protected link, in which only a member can access it with a special password that they have, and they can see the meeting minutes. We also talked about having a closed Facebook page for only members. Unfortunately, somebody created a Local 17 Facebook page about 7 years ago. We don't know who it is. We contacted Facebook numerous times. We tried to get it deactivated, and we can't. So right now, our communications committee is looking into getting a password protected link so we can so members can know what's going on in our monthly membership meetings. In addition to having our meeting minutes on our website for people to see, we're also going to look into having people call up at the monthly membership meetings and participate via teleconference. Again, the concern for the meeting minutes is also a concern for people participating through a teleconference. A lot of times we don't know who's calling in. It could be management. We don't know how people are going to vote. We can't really count votes very well, but it's something that we're looking into. And at the very least, if we don't ultimately do that, we want to have a way in which we have a town hall meeting on the very next day of our monthly membership meeting to disclose to the members what went on as far as what we can talk about. We don't want to talk about particulars. We don't want to talk about, hey, we're going to take Jane Smith's case to arbitration. She was suspended for this reason. We want to protect the clients. We want to protect internal union business, but we want to be transparent, and that's kind of the dilemma we face. These are continuing problems. When our bylaws were created, when local started out, everybody was in a few buildings. People weren't teleworking, people weren't spread out, and we have to change with the times. And this is something that's important. We hear it from the members, we hear it from the executive board, and we're doing our best to address that issue. In conclusion, I would just like to thank everyone for their continued support for being a dues-paying member at Local 17. AFG's motto is to do for all that which no one can do for oneself. And with your support, that's possible at Local 17. Thank you very much.